Welcome to Simply Creating Beauty, where we use the power of creation to empower by simply creating, through the fruits of the Spirit, a bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Do you all see the blank canvas I have in this wall behind me? If you watched the video where I shared about my vision for a gallery wall tied into the topics of these videos and how they connect, this is the wall I plan to place that on. This past month, I created my desk and arranged this corner to be able to begin that process. It will still take time, but the wall is ready. In the meantime, we have made it to month 4 of this 10-month Fruit of the Spirit series, and a fruit in which I feel the chapter is nearly completed. It has been fun to see a few new faces this month. For those just now finding these, each month will have a Fruit of the Spirit theme, a title to go with it, a scriptural foundation, an action verb of how it currently shows up in my life, with analogies and insights into how I apply that in my spiritual journey, and a challenge for those following. I am a Christian and a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I use the King James Version of the Bible for the scriptures shared from there. My goal is for this to be a spiritual journey that anyone seeking more of these universal truths in their life can follow along with, though my experiences and faith will be part of what I share, as they have been what I use to filter these through in my life. If you choose to follow along and have a unique perspective on this Fruit of the Spirit, or a quote or verse that ties into it from your faith, please share your related thoughts to help us broaden and enhance this topic. I am not following the holidays with the order of these, which you will quickly realize again this month. They are simply in the order found in Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 and 23. For this month's theme, the fruit of the Spirit is Longsuffering. The title I've given this fruit or chapter is Seeking Unwavering Trust in Difficult Times. The action verb, where it currently shows up in my life, is in overcoming. Overcoming my knee-jerk reactions before learning the whole story, or pausing to listen for the full truth of a situation filtered through the Spirit. And overcoming health challenges our family faces, and taking the time to allow healing before instinctually running faster than I have strength. I almost changed this to listening, so if that fits where you are at better and these topics, feel free to explore that action this month. For me, the Spirit returned my change to overcoming, so that is where my focus will be. For the rest of this month's items, the scripture, and analogies come as we go, and the challenge is issued at the end of this video, or you can find images of these shared later on my Simply Creating Beauty Instagram page. I am adding a word back in this month for increased understanding. That word is where I will start, and is our fruit, long-suffering. I found a few translations and meanings for this word to broaden our understanding past just enduring, or possibly tripping into a misunderstanding that it means self-sacrificing. Galatians was originally written in Koine Greek, so the original words for long-suffering, or to be long-suffering, were macrothumia and macrothumio. I found one resource that listed 14 for the first one and 9 scriptures for the second one. For a total of 25 times this is used in the New Testament. Translated to English is where the meanings start to have little twists, but slow to anger, long of breath, long-tempered are the top ones. Sometimes you will see the name of this fruit changed to patience in other translations of the Bible to make it simpler to understand. From the Oxford Dictionary, the definition is having or showing patience in spite of troubles, especially those caused by other people. You can see why long of breath or slow to anger might fit this definition, right? or the other way around. So which of the 25 scriptures did I pick? None. Though I might dive into them later this month in one of the focus videos. Rather, one phrase repeatedly came to mind this month, and I learned it could be found originally in Psalm 46 in the Old Testament. So that is our scripture this month. However, unlike previous months, I'm not going to read the whole scripture this time. Rather, just share the 2 short pieces the Spirit directed my focus on. Those being, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. And, be still and know that I am God. This time, our scripture ties more into the action-verb aspect of our fruit than a use of the word itself, though it can be applied still with the long of breath and patience definitions. It will be interesting as the month goes on to see the way these are tied together more for you and me. Now, what insights and analogies do I have for you this month? I thought of a few insights. Let's start with the comparison of, am I allowing this difficult set of circumstances or moment to make me bitter, or am I allowing it to make me better? When someone else is the cause of our troubles, can we bring ourselves to forgive, heal, and move forward? Or another one I hinted at earlier on, with the cause outside my control, maybe outside the control of the person at the root of the situation. Am I enduring it through self-sacrificing or long-suffering? Are you really being patient and understanding if you exude misery and frustration with every breath for the toll it takes on you? There are stories I will likely share later on this month on both of these examples, as I've had to learn the differences. However, I also have a couple analogies for you. For those that haven't guessed or don't know, we live in the Southwest, a land of cacti in abundance and variety. When we found our first home, I was still becoming aware of the vast variety there are. We saw what I would learn is an Ocotillo in our future yard, and I turned to Jim and said, "That thorny bunch of sticks in the ground will be one of the first things to go." Well, with unpacking and very young children, we had 3 under 5 at that point, first thing did not happen. Then came the season that Ocotillo bloom, and that dead, thorny bunch of sticks in the ground became a vibrant green plant with even more vibrant orange flowers on top. Truly beautiful, but still very prickly. If I had removed it first thing, I would not have had the chance to see it reach fully bloomed beauty. Being slow to act turned out to be a blessing in this way, and having this analogy. There is another analogy I would like to share from that front yard full of cacti, that of a Saguaro. This is the cactus that is most often pictured when thinking of the Southwest, though prickly pears are common too. And they only grow in certain areas, so are considered endangered. During one of the monsoon storms a few years into living at that home, one of our treasured saguaros fell over, and we were sure it was dead and gone. A landscaper came by our neighborhood looking for work in the aftermath of the storm, and we told him we could use his help in removing our saguaro. He was shocked and asked us, "You don't want to save it?" Jim and I looked at each other and quickly asked him, "Can it be saved?" He proceeded to cut off the damaged roots, dig the original hole it came out of deeper, and then with Jim's help and a ladder, carefully raise it back up to where it had been, effectively replanting it. When the top of it broke out in blooms on schedule the next year, we were amazed at the strength this saguaro had to recover from the storm that had knocked it over and ripped it out by the roots. Listening to someone who knew more about it than we did and choosing to change directions became priceless to us and an opportunity to the cacti to overcome. Both of these cacti are still standing in that yard over a decade later. With this in mind, This month's challenges are: ponder and record in some way. What is one thing that you have been holding on to that you can let go, heal, and forgive, either yourself or another? And find one step you can do that moves you toward increased healing and health. Breathe, seek divine assistance with it, and take that step. If you want to share these moments and steps with us, please come back and share. I would love to hear them. Or if you want to share more personally, you can reach me, April Dawn, at simplycreatingbeauty@gmail.com. Now, go and see where you can join me in Simply Creating Beauty.